Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate the opportunity to present before you today. Thank you for allowing me to testify. I want to discuss some very important matters that I hope the committee will prioritize in this 119th Congress. Under the previous administration, the United States experienced a historic rise of drug overdoses and poisoning driven by an increased supply of synthetic opioids, such as illicit fentanyl and its analogs. Last fiscal year, Customs and Border Protection confiscated over 21,000 pounds of fentanyl at our borders. That's enough fentanyl to kill every American several times over, and that's just the drugs we know about. Illicit fentanyl overdoses, and please listen to this. Hello? Illicit fentanyl overdoses are now the #1 cause of death among adults 18 to 45. The #1 cause of death. However, I believe we have a great opportunity to make significant and sustainable progress in combating this crisis. In 2023, I wrote a letter, this letter right here, to the Food and Drug Administration calling for naloxone, an overdose reversal drug, to be available without a prescription. Now, I'm often critical, I think with good reason, of the FDA for what they don't do. However, I applaud them for doing this. They did that. They made naloxone OTC where you don't have to have a prescription to get it, and that's good. That's what we need. Naloxone nasal spray is safe. It's easy to use. It's proven to reduce medical emergencies, drug overdoses, and deaths by up to 46%. As the fentanyl crisis continues to devastate our country, there is no moral, medical, or safety-related reason for these life-saving overdose reversal agents to remain locked under prescription regulations. We must continue to expand the availability of overdose reversal treatments like naloxone, removing the stigma associated with carrying it and making it as common as a defibrillator. I have naloxone in my backpack. I carry it with me everywhere I have to go. I've never had to use it, thank God, but I have it if I do have to use it. Mr. Chairman, the Republican members, many of the Republican members on this committee today were over at the CHC. The CHC has naloxone by the defibrillator. Here at the Capitol, you've got to call the Capitol Police first, and then it's got to be reported as a medical emergency before you can get that naloxone. My request here is simple. Naloxone ought to be available here at the Capitol. It ought to be where the defibrillators are. It ought to be available. It's safe. You can't misuse it. Well, I suspect you could if you tried hard enough, but essentially it's safe. And we need to make sure that it's available. That's what we're trying to do. That's why I sent a letter to the Committee on House Administration, the Office of the Attending Physician, and the Architect of the Capitol, urging them to stock FDA-approved opioid overdose reversal agents such as naloxone in the House of Representative office buildings. In Washington, D.C., the drug overdose death is 64.3 per 100,000 people, one of the highest rates in the nation. Mr. Chairman, this is something we need to do. We need to make sure we get this done. I look forward to continuing to work with the committee to ensure that FDA-approved opioid overdose reversal agents such as naloxone are available and accessible in the House of Representative buildings. Thank you, and I'll yield back.